Hi, this is Phil Lawson from AppSense here to give you a run through of how you can use Application Manager to log a user on as a non-admin and elevate them into the console's applications and commands they require for their role, and also give them access to perform functions such as stopping and starting services on the server. So we're going to focus in on a role that quite a lot of people are going to be familiar with, which is the SQL or the DBA admin. So I'm currently logged on to a server SQL-1 as an admin in one session on the left hand side there, and on the right hand side I'm logged on as just a standard DB user. That they are a non-admin on this server currently. So I'll just prove that by running there, and you can see I'm not a member of any admin group, and if I was to do something such as simple as changing the date and time, I'm prompted for UAC. Okay, if I try and do stop and start the SQL Server Agent service, it blocks me from doing so. But if I do it from here, it appears to stop, but it won't stop because I don't have the rights to do so. If I launch the Reporting Services console, it will attempt to connect, but again I'm getting errors trying to connect. I want to do something like get into the failover cluster side of things to look at the cluster setup. Again, it's saying you require elevation to do so. So I can't do anything that I really need to do on this server as a SQL DBA. So this is where we introduce the Application Manager side of things. So I won't go into the config in detail, but all these settings you can see in front of here, all these settings are being used to give the SQL DBA the right back to elevate into the console's applications and commands that require. So an example of console is the cluster admin console, which I'm highlighting there, the failover cluster MMC. An example of a command is the SQL cmd.exe. That's how we give the rights back. And an example of a service is the SQL based services that I'm highlighting there. So once we turn the service back on, the AppSense Application Manager service, we turn it back on the server, you'll see the end result. So you'll see the service never actually stopped, it just carries on running. So I'm going to have to close that console. So now the Application Manager service is running on this server. We can now enjoy all the benefits of that, and for example, I'll go in now and stop the service, so it should allow me to stop and start the SQL Server service. While that's happening, I'm just going to close the failover cluster manager, and again you should see now it just allows it to launch. There's no problems with me doing so, so I can manage my the setup there. You can see that I've got between the two servers, and you can see the service is stopped now, so I can start it. In fact, you saw me before trying to stop and start the service from the console. See, as the service is actually starting up there, you can see by the red icon there. So I just have to wait for the service to completely start up, which it has. So it should, if I refresh, yeah, there we go, and it's going to give me the ability to start the service now on the server. The reporting services, you saw I was prevented from running that up, so I'll just relaunch, and I'm in as expected. And I could go through all the various consoles and show you the same thing happening, but essentially it's given me the ability to run on the server as a non-admin and get all the required rights I need on the server. So it's a very quick run through. Check out the blog, check out the longer detailed videos that explain how we get into this position using group policy, but that's a very quick run through, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.